Ooh.
Talk to this mic? Yeah. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us this evening as we put on for you Shakespeare's play, a comedy called As You Like It. Um, this evening, I will say a few words, and then we'll have our youngest children come on out and say a poem for you by Shakespeare. And then our assistant director, Miss Kayla, will come up. She'll give you a synopsis of the play so that you know what is going on, because that's always nice to know. Then we will have the play. There will be a brief 15 minutes-ish intermission, and then Miss Kayla will come and let you know what's happening in the conclusion of the play. And we will continue on until the children have shown you all they have worked so hard to do. A couple things for housekeeping. First of all, if you would like a hearing assist pack, we have earbuds available. You can go see our sound guy back there, and he has them available on this round table at the back of the auditorium if that is interesting to you. Outside these doors are the restrooms. Gentlemen, they're off to your right, and ladies, it'll be here on the corner to the left. After the play, please do stick around and tell our actors what a good job they did. They have been working so hard and would love to hear encouraging feedback from you. We have a few people to thank as well before we start. So first of all, we want to thank Faith Family Life Center for graciously allowing us to use their facilities. So thank you. Secondly, we really want to thank all of the mothers that have been working with me and behind the scenes to make this play an absolute success. People like Brittany Eiler, Katarina, Stacy Kemper, Sarah Mellon, Kayla Traver, I mean the list, Christine Johnston. I'm probably forgetting people, I apologize. Robin DeLiberto, Tally Wilson, all of them. Please give them a round of We are the Convivium Homeschool Co-op. We are a Charlotte Mason co-op, which means we follow her method of education. She really believed in the value of teaching Shakespeare, not just because of the beautiful language, the complex syntax, but because of the characters and the people that you meet in the plays. They are like proverbs. There's the wise, there's the fool, there's the wicked, and they all really do come to life in Shakespeare's plays. Perhaps you will see some of them on stage tonight. I thank you again so much for coming. Thank you so much for supporting the children. And please know that we are not professionals. And our goal in doing this is not to make super great art. It is to help each of these children that you will see here tonight have a relationship with and a love of literature and Shakespeare and acting and performing. And so thank you for encouraging them in that tonight. I want you to imagine that we are all hanging out at your house, and the kids have been off playing, and then they run back into the room and say, "Hey, we found a bunch of costumes in the attic, and we're going to put on a Shakespeare play." And somebody has grabbed your shower curtain and hung it up in the kitchen, and now we are about to witness their genius. So with me, will you please welcome our youngest actors here to recite for you Under the Greenwood Tree.
Tree, who love to lie with me
invite you to travel with us to the French court, where rivalries between two sets of brothers are causing big problems. The kindly Duke Sr. has been usurped and exiled by his wicked younger brother, Duke Frederick. In the meantime, Duke Sr.'s daughter, Rosalind, has been left behind at court to serve as a companion to her cousin, Celia. The two cousins are now dear friends, and Celia attempts to comfort Rosalind in the midst of Duke Sr.'s banishment. Meanwhile, in another noble household, Orlando, the youngest son of Sir Roland de Boys, has been deprived of his inheritance by his oldest brother, Oliver. When Orlando confronts him about this, the scheming Oliver hatches a plot to rid himself of the troublesome Orlando once and for all. However, when Orlando's and Rosalind's paths cross, passions are stirred and the two fall for one another. The path of love is not made easy, however, when Rosalind is subsequently banished by her uncle, and Orlando also has to flee in fear of his brother. Soon they and a host of their friends and companions find themselves in the forest of Arden, where life takes a slower pace and love can bloom. There's just one problem. Rosalind has disguised herself as a peasant boy named Ganymede to avoid trouble in the forest. When she finds out that Orlando is in the forest as well, does she dare cast aside her disguise? Watch this story of love and secret identity unfold as the Convivium Shakespeare Company presents William Shakespeare's As You Like.
I remember, Adam. It was upon this fashion bequeathed me but poor 1,000 crowns, and charged my brother on his blessing to breed me well. And there begins my sadness. My brother Jacques, he keeps at school. For my part, he keeps me rustically at home. His horses are bred better, for besides that they're fair at their feeding, they are taught their manage, and to that end riders dearly hired. But I, his brother, gain nothing under him but growth. He bars me the place of a brother, lets me feed with his hinds, and as much as in him lies, lines my gentility with my education. This is it, Adam, I say. The spirit of my father, which I think is within me, begins to mutiny against this servitude. I will no longer endure it. So yet I know no wise remedy how to avoid it.
Yonder comes my master, your brother.
Go apart, Adam, and thou shalt hear how he will shake me up.
Now, sir, what make you here?
Nothing. I am not taught to make anything.
What mar you then, sir?
Marry, sir, helping you to mar that which God made. A poor, unworthy brother of yours with idleness.
Marry, sir, be better employed and be not a while.
Shall I keep your hogs and eat husks with them? What prodigal portion have I spent that I should come to such a penury?
Know you where you are, sir?
Very well, sir, here in your orchard.
Know you where you are? Know you before whom, sir?
I know you are my eldest brother, and in the gentle condition of blood you should so know me. The courtesy of nations allows you my better, and that which you were firstborn. The same tradition takes not away my blood, where there are 20 brothers which makes us. I have as much of my father in me as you.
What boy?
Come, eldest brother, you are too young in this.
Wilt thou lay hands on me, villain?
I am no villain. I am the youngest son of Sir Roland de Boys. Were thou not my brother, I would not take this hand from thy throat till this other had pulled out thy tongue for saying so.
Sweet master, be patient.
Let me go, I say.
I will not till I please. You shall hear me. My father charged you in his will to give me good education. You have trained me like a peasant, obscuring and hiding from me all gentlemanlike qualities. The spirit of my father grows strong in me. I will no longer endure it. Therefore, allow me such exercise as may become a gentleman, or give me the poor allottery my father left me by testament. With that, I will go buy my fortunes.
And what wilt thou do? Beg when that is spent? I will not long be troubled with you. I pray you leave me. And get you with him, you old dog.
This old dog, my lord. Oh, God be with my old master. He would not have spoken such a word.
Is it even so? Beginning to grow upon me? I will physic your rankness. Holla, Dennis.
How's your worship?
Was not Charles, the Duke's wrestler, here to speak with me?
So please you. He is here at the door and importunes access to you.
Call him in. 'Twill be a good way. And tomorrow, the wrestling begins.
Good morrow to your worship.
Good Monsieur Charles. What's the new news at the new court?
There's no news at the court, sir, but the old news. That is, the old duke is banished by his younger brother, the new duke, and 3 or 4 loving lords put themselves into voluntary exile, whose lands and revenues enrich the new duke. Therefore, he gives them good leave to wander.
Where will the old Duke live?
They say he is already in the forest of Arden, and many merry men with him, where they live like old Robin Hood of England.
Can you tell if Rosalind, the Duke's daughter, be banished with her father?
Oh no, for the duke's daughter, her cousin, loves her so that she would have followed her into exile, or have died to stay behind her. She's at the court.
What, you wrestle tomorrow before the new Duke?
Mary, I do, sir, and I came to acquaint you with the matter. I understand that your young brother, Orlando, hath the disposition to come in disguise against me to try a fall. Tomorrow, sir, I wrestle for my credit, and he that escapes me without some broken limb shall acquaint him well. Your brother is but young and tender, and for your love, I would be loath to foil him, which I must do for my own honor's sake if you come in tomorrow. Therefore, I came to acquaint you with all, that either you might stay him from his intentment.
Charles, I thank thee for thy love to me. I had myself notice of my brother's purpose herein, and have by underhand means labored to dissuade him from it. But he is resolute. I tell thee, Charles, it is the stubbornest young fellow of France, full of ambition, a secret and villainous contriver, against me, his natural brother. Therefore, use thy discretion. I had as lief thou didst break his neck as his finger. And thou wert best look to it. For if thou dost him any slight disgrace, he will practice against thee by poison, and trap thee by some treacherous device, and never leave thee till he hath taken thy life. For I assure thee, and almost with tears I do speak it, there is not one so young and so villainous this day living.
I'm heartily glad I came hither to your worship. If you come tomorrow, I'll give him his payment. And so, God keep your worship.
Farewell, good Charles. Now will I stir this gamester, and I hope I shall see an end of him. For my soul, yet I know not why, hates nothing more than he.
I pray thee, Rosalind, cousin.
Me, Mary.
Dear Celia, I show more mirth than I mistress of. Unless you can teach me to forget to banished fathers, you must not learn me any extraordinary pleasure. Well, I will forget the condition of my estate, to rejoice in yours. You know my father hath no child but I, nor is like to have, And truly, when he dies, thou shalt be his heir. For what he hath taken from my father before, I'll render thee again in affection. For mine honor I will. And when I break that oath, let me turn monster. Therefore, sweet Rose, dear Roz, be merry. From henceforth I will cause and devise sports. Let me see.
What think you of falling in love?
Marry, I pray thee do, to make sports withal. But love no man in good earnest, nor no further of sport than thou mayest not come off again.
What shall be our sports then?
Let it sit and mock good housewife, fortune for a wheel, that against make henceforth through the suit to police.
Oh, I would we could do so.
For her benefit from mindful in its place.
And the bountiful blind woman doth most mistaken her gifts to woman.
'Tis true, for what she makes fair, she scarce makes honest. And those that she makes honest, she makes fair as ill favorably.
Nay, now that goes from fortune's office to nature.
How now? Whither wander you?
Mistress, you must come away. To your father.
Were you made the messenger?
No, by mine honor, but I was bid to come for you.
Where learned you that oath?
Of a certain knight who swore by his honor that they were good pancakes, and swore by his honor the mustard was not.
Prithee, who's it that thou meanest?
One that Lord Frederick your father loves.
My father's love is enough to honor him. Enough! Speak no more of him. You'll be whipped for taxation one of these days.
By my troth, what thou say is true. For ever since little wits that fools have was silenced, the little foolery that wise men have makes a great show. Here comes Monsieur Le Beau.
With his mouth full of news.
Little colonizers pity to feed their young.
Bonjour, Monsieur Le Beau. What's the news?
Fair princesses, you have lost sight of much good sport.
Sport? Of what color?
Of what color, madam? How shall I answer you? I would have told you of great wrestling, which you have lost the sight of.
Yet tell us the manner of the wrestling.
I will tell you the beginning, and if it pleases your ladyships, you may see the end. For here, where you are, they come to perform it. There comes an old man with his 3 sons. The eldest wrestled Charles, the Duke's wrestler, which in a moment Charles threw him and broke 3 of his ribs. So he served the second, and so the third. Yonder they lie, making such pitiful doles that the poor old man, their father, making such pitiful doles that all the beholders take part in his weeping.
Alas.
But what is the sport, monsieur, that the ladies have lost?
Why, this that I speak of.
Thus men may grow wiser every day. It is the first time that ever I heard breaking a wrist was taught for ladies.
All right, I promise thee. So we see this wrestling, cousin.
You must if you stay here, for here, where you are, is the appointed place for wrestling, and they are ready to perform it.
Yonder sure they are coming. Let us now stay and see it.
Come on! Since these must be entreated, his own peril is forward.
Is yonder the man?
Even he, madam.
Alas, he's too young. Please.
How now, daughter and cousin? Are you come hither to see the wrestling?
Aye, my liege, so please you could please.
You will take little delight in it, I can tell you. In pity of the challenger's youth, I would fain dissuade him, but he must not be entreated.
Speak to him, lady. See if you can use him.
Aye, call him hither, good Monsieur Le Beau.
Do so. I must be by.
Monsieur, the challengers, the princesses call for you.
I attend them with all respect and duty.
Young man, have you challenged Charles the wrestler?
No, fair princess. He is the general challenger. I come with him, as others do, to try with him the strength of my youth.
Young gentlemen, your spirits are too full for you, dear. We pray you, for your own sake, to embrace your own safety and give over this attempt.
Do, young sir. Your reputation shall not therefore be misprized. We will make it our suit to the Duke that the wrestling might not go forward.
I beseech you, punish me not with your hard thoughts, but let your fair eyes and gentle wishes go with me to my trial. I shall do my friends no wrong, for I have none to limit me. The world no injury, for in it I have nothing. Only in the world I fill its place, that may be better supplied than I have made it into.
The little strength I have, I would it were with you. Pray heaven I be deceived in you.
Come, where is this young gallant who so desires to lie with his mother Earth?
Ready, sir.
Now Hercules be thy speed, young man.
I would I were
my lord.
Bear him away. What is thy name, young man?
Orlando, my liege, the youngest son of Sir Roland de Boys.
I would thou hadst been son to some man else. The world esteemed thy father honorable, but I find him still mine enemy. Thou wouldst have better pleased me with this deed, hadst thou descended from another house. Very well, you are Gallagher. I would thou hadst told me of another father.
I am more proud to be Sir Roland's son, his youngest son, and would not exchange that calling to be adopted heir to Frederick.
My father loved Sir Roland as his soul. Had I before known this young man to be his son, I should have given him tears unto entreat, ere he should have thus ventured. My father's wrath and envy position speak me at heart. Sir, you are well deserved. Did you keep your promises in love? But justly, as you have exceeded all promise, your mistress shall be happy. Gentlemen, swear this for me. One out of suits with fortune that could give more was at her hand Maxine. Go call? Aye, very well, sir.
Can I not say, I thank you? My better parts are all thrown down, and that which stands here is but a quintain, a mere lifeless block.
He calls us. My price fell with my fortune. I'll ask him what he would. Did you call, sir? Sir, you have wrestled well and overthrown more than your enemies. Will you go, cuz? Hop with you. Fare you well.
What passions hang these weights upon my tongue? I could not speak to her, though she urged conference. Oh, poor Orlando, thou art overthrown. Or Charles or something weaker masters thee.
Good sir, I do in friendship counsel you to leave this place. Albeit you deserve high accommodation, true applause and love. Yet such is now the Duke's condition misconstrues all that you have done.
I thank you. And pray you, tell me this. Which of the two was daughter of the Duke here was at the wrestling?
Neither his daughter, if we judge by manners. Yet the smaller is his daughter, and the other is daughter to the banished Duke. Kept here by her usurping uncle, to keep his daughter company. But I can tell you that of late, the Duke hath tamed this pleasure against his juices, grounded upon no other argument, but the people praise her for her virtues, and pity her for her good father's sake. And on my life, his malice against her will suddenly break forth. Fare you well, good sir. I do desire more knowledge and love of you.
I rest much bound into you. Fare you well. Thus must I, from the smoke unto the smother, from the tyrant Duke unto the tyrant brother. But, heavenly Rosalind,
Why, how now, cousin Rosalind? You would have mercy not a word.
Not one to throw at a dog.
Thy words are too precious to be cast away upon curs. There's some in them at me.
Oh, how full of briars is this working day world?
They are but birds, cousin, thrown away upon me in holiday foolery. Do not walk them in trodden paths are very petticoats will catch them.
I could shake them off if they were in my coat. These birds are in my heart. Hem them away. I would if I could cry hem and have him.
Come, wrestle with thy affections.
Oh, they take the part of a better wrestler than myself.
You will try in time and despite a fall. But turning these jests out of service, let us now talk in good earnest. Is it true, on such a sudden, that you should fall in so strong a liking with old Sir Roland's youngest son?
The Duke, my father, loved his father dearly.
Does it therefore ensue
you that you should love his son dearly.
By this kind of chase, I should hate him, for my father hated his father dearly.
Yet I hate not Orlando. No, Faith, hate him not. Do you love him because I do? Look, here comes the Duke.
Mistress, dispatch you with your safest haste and get you from our court.
Me, uncle.
You, cousin, within these 10 days, if that thou be found so nearest our public court as 20 miles, thou diest for it.
I do beseech your grace, let me the knowledge of my faults bear with me. If with myself I hold intelligence, or have acquaintance with mine own desires, then, dear uncle, never so much as in a thought unborn did I offend your highness.
Thus do all traitors. Let it suffice thee that I trust thee not.
Yet your mistrust cannot make me a traitor. Tell me whereon the likelihood depends.
Thou art thy father's daughter. There's enough.
Treason is not inherited, my lord. Or if we did derive it from our friends, what's that to me? My father was no traitor. Unless, my liege, mistake me not so much to think my poverty is treacherous. Dear sovereign, hear me speak.
Ay, Celia, we stayed her for your sake, else would she with her father ranged along.
I did not then entreat to have her stay. It was your will and your own remorse. I was too young at the time to value her. But now I know her. She be a traitor, why so am I. We still slept together, rose in an instant, learned, played, eat together, and wheresoever we went, like two no swans. We still went coupled and inseparable.
She is too subtle for thee. You are fool. She robs thee of thy name, and thou wilt show more pride, and see more virtues when she is gone. Then open not thy lips. Firm and irrevocable is the doom which I have passed upon her. She is banished.
Pronounce that sentence on me, my liege. I cannot live out of her company.
You are a fool. You need to devise yourself. If you outstay the time, upon mine honor and in the greatness of my word, you die.
Oh, my poor Rosalind. Whither wilt thou go? Without his fathers? I'll give thee mine. I charge thee, be not more grieved than I am. I have more cause. Thou hast not, cousin. Pray thee, be cheerful. Knowest thou not the Duke? Banish me, his potter. That he has not. No, has not. Rosalind laughs then, the love that teaches thee that thou and I am one. Shall we sunder? Shall we part for the girl? No. And my father seek another heir. Therefore devise with me how we may fly, whither to go, and what to bear with us. And do not then entreat to take your charge upon you, and bear your grief yourself, and leave me out. For by this heaven, now to sorrow's pale, say'st what thou canst. I'll go along with thee. Why, whither shall we go? To my uncle in the forest of Arden. Alas, what danger will it be to us maids as we are, to travel forth so far? Beauty provoketh thee sooner than gold.
I'll dress myself in poor mean attire, with kind of umber to smudge my face. Therefore, the like to do, so that we should pass and never stood in it.
Were it not better, because that I am more than common tall, that I do suit me at all points like a man. A gallant kirtle acts upon my thigh, a boar spear in my hand, and my heart lie there what hidden women fear their will. I'm swarthy, martial outside.
And what shall I call thee when thou art a man?
I'll have no worse a name than Jove's own page, and look therefore you call me Ganymede. But what will you be called?
Something that hath a reference to my state. No longer Celia, but Alina.
But, cousin, what if we essayed to steal the clownish fool out of your father's court? Would he not be a comfort to our travel?
He'll go over the wide world with me. Let me alone to him. Let's sway and get our tools and wealth together. Devise the fittest time and the safest way to hide us from pursuit. Now go we, and content to liberty and not to banishment.
Now, my comrades and brothers in exile, hath not old custom made this life more sweet than that of painted pomp? Are not these woods more free from peril than the envious corpse? Here feel we not the penalty of Adam.
The season's different, as the icy fang and chillish shadow of the winter's wind, which, when it bites and blows upon my body, even till I shrink from cold, I smile and say, this is no flattery. These are counselors that feelingly persuade me what I am. This our life, exempt from public harm, finds tongues in trees, books in running brooks, sermons in stones, and good in everything. I would not change it.
Happy is your grace that you can translate the stubbornness of fortune in such quiet and sweet a style.
Shall we go and kill us venison?
Yeah!
It irks me, the poor devil fools, being native burghers of this desert land, should have their round paunches gored.
Yes, the melancholy Jacques grieves at that, and in the kind swears you do more usurp than doth your brother that hath finished. Today, my lord of Armagnac and myself did steal behind him as he lay along under an oak, whose antique roots, peeping out upon the brook that brawls along the edge of this wood, in that place a western stag that from the hunter's aim did tame a hurt, did come to languish. In the big round tears, course one another down in piteous chase. The hairy fool much mocked of the melancholy Jacques, who stood on the verge of the swift brook, augmenting it with tears.
But what said Jacques? Did he not moralize this spectacle?
Yes, into 1,000 similes, fast for his weeping into the needless stream. Oh dear, dost thou make us a testament as worldlings do, giving the son of which had too much, and being there alone, left and abandoned of his velvet friends. 'Tis right, quoth he, that misery does part the flux of company.
And did you leave him in this contemplation?
We did, my lord, weeping and commenting upon the
Show me the place. I love to cope him in these sullen fits, for then he is full of matter.
I will bring you to him, straight.
Can it be possible that no man saw them?
I cannot hear of any that did see her. The ladies, the attendants of her chamber, saw her abed, and in the morning early they found the bed and treasures of their mistress. My lord, the clown is also missing. Hesperia, the princess's gentlewoman, confesses that she secretly o'erheard your daughter and her cousin much commend the parts and graces of the wrestlers that did but lately foil the sinewy trust, and she thinks that wherever they are gone, that youth is surely in their company.
Send to his brother. I'll make him find him. To the son of it! And let not search and inquisition quail to bring them these foolish runaways.
Who's that?
What, young master? Oh, gentle master, why are you so virtuous? And wherefore are you gentle, strong, and valiant? Know you not, master, to some kinds of men, their graces serve them but as enemies. No more do yours, gentle master. Your virtues are but sanctified and holy traitors to you. Oh, what a world this is, when all that is comely envenoms him that bears it.
Why, what's the matter?
O unhappy youth, come not within these doors. Within this roof, the enemy of all your graces lives. Your brother hath heard your praises, and this night means to burn the lodging where you used to lie. And you would think, if he had failed that, you will have other means to cut you off. This house is but a butcher. Horror, fear it, do not enter it.
Why, whither, Adam, wouldst thou have me go?
No matter whither, so you not come.
What? Wouldst thou have me go and bake my food? Or with a base and broad-stretched sword enforce a thievish living upon the common road? I rather was subject to the malice of a diverted, bloody fellow.
But do not so. I have 500 crowns, the 50 I had saved under your father. Here's the gold. And he doth the raving to feed you, providently caters, for in despair be comfort to my age. Here's the gold, all this I give you. Let me be your servant, though I look old, yet I am strong. Let me go. I will do the service of a younger man in all of your business and necessities.
Oh, good old man, how well in thee appears the constant service of the antique world, where service is sweat for duty and not for need. Thou art not for the fashion of these times, where none will sweat but for promotion. But come, we'll go along together. There we have thy youthful wages spent. We'll light upon some settled bow content.
Go on, master. I will follow thee to the last gasp of truth and loyalty. Oh, Jupiter, how weary am I here?
I'd care not for my spirit if my legs were not weary.
I find it in my heart to disgrace my man's apparel and to cry like a woman. But I must comfort the weaker vessel of dollars and hose not to show self-courage to petticoat.
And for courage, good Aliena.
I pray thee, bear with me. I cannot go no further.
For my part, I'd rather bear with you than bear you.
Well, this is the forest of Arden.
I, now am I in Arden, the more fool I. When I was at home, I was in a better place, but travellers must be content.
Aye, be so good, Touchstone. Look you who comes here, a young man in an old and solemn talk.
That is the way to make her scorn you still. Oh, Corin, that thou knewest how I do love her. I partly guess, for I've loved her now. But if thy love were ever like to mine, as I think never man did love so, how many actions, most ridiculous, hast thou been drawn to by thy fantasy? Into 1,000. That I have gotten. Oh, then thou hast not loved so hardly, if thou rememberest not the slightest folly love bade thee run into, thou hast not loved. Or, if thou hast not broke from company abruptly, as my passion now makes me, thou hast not loved. Oh, Phoebe, Phoebe, Phoebe!
Alas, poor shepherd, in searching of thy wound, I have by hard adventure found mine own.
I pray you, one of you question yon man if he for gold will give us any food. I paid almost to death.
Hello, you clown! Peace! Did not the kiss me.
Who calls?
Your better, sir!
Else are they very wretched?
Peace, I say.
Good evening to you, friends.
And to you, gentle sir. And to you all.
I prithee, if that love of gold can in this desert place buy entertainment, bring us to where we may rest ourselves and feed. Here's a young maid, who to travel much oppressed, who faints for succor.
Fair sir, I pity her, and wish for her sake more than mine own my fortunes were more able to relieve her. But I am a shepherd to another man, and do not shear the fleeces that I graze. My master is of churlish disposition, and little recks to find the way to heaven by doing deeds of hospitality. Besides,
sheepcote now. His coat, his flocks, and bounds of feed are now on sale, and by reason of his absence there is nothing that you will feed on. But what is, come see, and in my voice most welcome shall you be.
What is he that shall buy his flock and pasture?
That young swain you saw here but erewhile, thus little cares for buying anything.
I prithee, if it stand with honesty, buy thou the cottage, the pasture, and the flock, and thou shalt have to pay for it of us.
And we will mend thy wages. I like this place and willingly would waste my time in it.
Assuredly, the thing is to be sold. Go with me. If you like upon report the soil, the profit in this kind of life, I will be your very faithful feeder bee, and bite with your gold right suddenly.
Dear master, I can go no further. I would die for food.
How now, Adam? No greater heart in thee? Come, I will bear thee to some shelter, and thou shalt not die for lack of dinner if there live anything in this desert. Cheerily, good Adam.
Into a beast, for I can nowhere find him like a man. Go, seek him out. Tell him I would speak with him.
He saves my labor by his own approach.
Why, how now, monsieur? What a life is this that your poor friends must woo your company? What, you look merrily.
A fool, a fool. I met a fool in the forest. A motley fool.
What fool is this?
A worthy fool, one that hath been a courtier, and says of ladies who but young and fair, they have the gift to know it. And in his brain he has strange places, the which crammed with odd observations, the which he bends in mangled forms. Oh, that I were a fool! I'm ambitious for a motley coat.
Thou shalt have one.
It is my only suit. Invest me in my motley, give me a leave, ease my mind, and I will through and through purge the foul body of the infected world, if they will patiently receive my medicine.
Spy on thee, I can tell what thou wouldst do.
But for counter would I do much good.
Most mischievous foul sin, in chiding sin. Thou hast been a libertine, as sensual as the brutish thing itself.
But who comes here?
Forbear and eat no more.
Why?
I have eaten none yet.
Nor shalt thou, from necessity be served. The thorny point to bear distress hath taken me from the show of smooth civility. But forbear, I say, he dies that touches any of this fruit, till I and my affairs are in tune.
And you will not be answered with reason. I must die.
What would you have? Your gentleness shall force more than your force move us to gentleness.
I almost die for food. Let me have it.
Sit down and feed, and welcome to our table.
Speak you so gently? Pardon me, I pray you. I thought all things had been savage here, and therefore put I on the countenance of stern commandment. If ever thou had looked on better days, and know a taste of pity and be pitied, let gentleness my strong enforcement be, in which hope I blush, I hide my sword.
True is it that we have seen better days, and therefore sit you down in gentleness, and take upon command what help we have, that to your wanting may be ministered.
Then but forbear your food a little while. There's old poor man who hath after me many a weary step limped in pure love. Till he be sufficed, I will not touch a thing.
Go, Go, find him out. We will waste nothing until you return.
I thank you, and be blessed for your good comforts.
Thou seest we are not all alone. Unhappy, this wide and universal theatre presents more woeful pageants than the scene wherein we play in.
All the world's a stage.
And all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances. And in his time, one man plays many parts. His acts being 780. At first, the infant, kneeling and puking in the nurse's arms. Then the whiny schoolboy, with statue and shining morning face, creeping like snail, unwillingly to school. Then the lover, flying like furnace. And with a woeful ballad to his mistress's eyebrow. Then a pilgrim, bid like the pod, jokes and honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking no bubble reputation even in the cannon's mouth. Then the justices, fair round belly and good cap and line, with eyes severe and beard of full cut, full of wise saws and modern instances. And so he plays his part. The sixth age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon, with spectacles on nose and pouch on side. His youthful hose are well too wide for his shrunk shank. And his thick manly voice, turning once again to childish trouble, pipes and whistles in his chest. The last scene of all that ends with strange events on his journey is second childishness and mere oblivion. Song, eyes, song, teeth, song, taste, song, everything.
Set down your venerable burden and let him feed.
I thank you most for him.
So how'd you need? I scarce can say thank you for myself.
Welcome, fall to. If that you were the good Sir Roland's son, as mine eye doth his effigies witness, most truly and living in thy face, be truly welcome hither. I am the Duke that loved your father. The residue of your fortune, go to my cave and tell me. Old man, thou art right welcome as thy master is. Support him by the arms, give me your hand, and let me all your fortunes understand.
See him said, sir, that cannot be. Find out my brother, wheresoever he is. Seek him a candle, bring him dead or living, within this 12 months, or turn thou no more to seek a living in our territory. Thy land and all that thou dost call thine, worth seizure to be seized into our hands, till thou canst quit thee by thy brother's mouth of what we think against thee.
Oh, that your highness knew my heart in this. I never loved my brother in my life.
More villain now! Well, push him out of doors. And let my officers of such a nature make an extent upon his house and lands. Do this expediently and turn him going.
Hang there, my bird, and witness of my love. Oh, Rosalind, these trees shall be thy books, and in their barks my thoughts I'll carry. that every eye which in this forest lives shall see thy virtue witnessed everywhere. Run, run, Orlando, carve on every tree the fair, the chaste, unexpressive sheep.
How like you the shepherd's life, Master Touchstone?
Truly, shepherd, in respect of itself, it is a good life. But in respect that it is a shepherd's life, it is not. In respect that it is solitary, I like it very well. But in respect that it is private, it is a very vile life. Now, in respect that it is me well. But in respect that it is not as important, it is tedious. Hast thou any
No more than he that wants money, means, and content is without a free good friend.
Why, such one is a natural philosopher. Was never in court, shepherd?
No, truly.
Then thou art damned. For not being in court? Your reason? Why, if thou never wast at court, then thou never sawest good manners. And if thou never sawest good manners, then thy manners must be wicked. And wickedness is sin, and sin is damnation. Thou art in a parlous state, shepherd.
Not a whit, Touchstone. Those that are good manners at the court are as laughable in the country as the manners of the country are most mockable at the court. You say you salute not at court, but you kiss your hands. That courtesy would be uncleanly of courtiers or shepherds.
Instance, briefly, come, instance.
For we are still handling our ewes and our bells, you know, all greasy.
Why, do not your courtiers have sweat? And is not the grease of a mutton as wholesome as the sweat of a man? Shallow, a better instance, I say come.
You have too courtly a wit for me, I'll rest.
Wilt thou rest down? God help thee, shallow man. God bring infection on thee.
Here comes young Master Ganymede, my new mistress's brother.
From the east to western end, no jewel is like Rosalind. Her worth being mounted on the wind through all the world bears Rosalind. All the pictures fairest lined of black to Rosaline. Let no face be kept in mind but the fair of Rosaline.
Why, I'll rhyme you so here together. Out, fool, for a taste. If a heart do lack a hand, let him think of Rosaline. If a cat will, after kind, so be sure will Rosaline. Winter garments must be lined, so must slender Rosaline. This is the very full scallop of verses. Why do you infect yourself with them? Peace, you dull fool! Found them on a tree. Truly, the tree yields bad fruit.
There comes my sister reading. Then decide. Helen's cheek, but not her heart. Cleopatra's majesty, as it enters better parts. Sad Lucretius' modesty. Thus Rosalind of many parts by heavenly sign out was divine. Of many faces, eyes, hearts, to touch a dear's pride. Heaven would these gifts should have that I to live and die with love. O most gentle Jupiter, what tedious homily of love if you were your parishioners withal. How now, friends, shepherds, go off a little, go things wrong.
Come, shepherd, let us make an honorable retreat.
Didst thou hear these verses?
Oh yes, and more too.
For some of them had in them more feet than the verses would bear. Trow you who hath done this?
Is it a man?
A chain you once wore about his neck change your colour?
I prithee who?
Is it possible? Nay, I prithee with most petitionary vehemence, tell me who it is. Oh, wonderful, wonderful, most wonderful, wonderful, and yet again wonderful, and after that, Orlando who trips the wrestler's heels, and your heart, both in an instant.
Orlando.
Orlando. Alas, today, what shall I do with my doubleted toes? What did he when thou passed him? What said he? How looked he? Answer me in one word. You must bar me gargantua's mouth first. 'Tis a word too great for any of this mouth-based size. Was he as freshly as he did the day he wrestled? I found him under a tree, like a dropped acorn. It may well be called Jove's tree when it drops forth such fruit. Soft! Come he not here?
Says he, sink by and notice.
I thank you for your pleasure. And yet I had a grief in my throat.
And so had I too. But yet, for fashion's sake, I thank you too for your society.
God, why? Let's meet as little as we can.
Do desire we may be better strangers?
And I pray you.
Why no more trees with writing
Love songs in their box.
I pray you more no more of my verses with reading them ill-favored.
Rosalind is your love's name.
Yes, just.
I do not like her name.
There was no thought of pleasing you when she was christened.
What stature is she of?
Just as high as my heart.
You are both pretty answers. Except being in love.
'Tis not the fault I would exchange for your best virtue.
I am weary of you. Farewell, good see your love.
I am glad of your departure. Adieu, good Monsieur Melancholy.
Do you hear, Forrester?
Very well. What would you?
I prithee, what is it o'clock?
You should ask what time of day. There is no clock in the forest.
Then there is no true lover in the forest, else sighing every minute and groaning every hour, would detect the lazy foot of time as well as the clock.
Where dwelling you, pretty youth?
With the shepherdess, my sister, here in the skirts of the forest, like fringe upon the petticoats.
Your accent is something finer than you could purchase in so removed a dwelling.
I have been told so of many, but indeed an old religious uncle of mine taught me to speak, who was in his youth an inland man, one that knew courtship too well, for there he fell in love. I have heard him read many lectures against it, and I thank God I am not a woman to be touched with so many giddy offences.
Can you remember any of the principal evils which you laid to the charge women? I pray thee, recall some of them.
No, I will not cast away my physic, but on those that are sick. There is a man, haunts the forest, who abuses our young trees with carving of Rosalind on their barks, hangs oaths upon hawthorns and elegies upon brambles, all for to deify the name of Rosalind. If I could meet that fancy monger, I would give him some good counsel, for he seems to have the quotidian of love upon him.
I am that he that is so love-shaped. I pray you, tell me your remedy.
There is none of my uncle's marks upon you. He taught me how to know a man in love.
What were his marks?
A lean cheek,
Which you have not. A blue eye unsunken, which you have not.
a beard neglected, which you have not. Then your hose should be ungartered, your sleeve unbuttoned, your shoe untied, and everything about you demonstrating a careless desolation. But you are no such man. You are the poet device in your accoutrements, as seeming the lover of yourself than seeming the lover of any other.
I swear to thee, youth, by the white hand of Rosalind, I am that he. That unfortunate he.
But are you so much in love as your lines speak?
Neither rhyme nor reason can express how much.
Love is merely a madness. Yet I profess curing it by counsel.
Did you ever hear any so?
Yes, one. And it is madness. He was to imagine me, his love, his mistress. And I sent him every day to come to my coach and room, at which time would I be but a rouge. And now like him, now loathe him. Entertain him, then forswear him. Now like him, then spit at him. Then I drave my suitor from his mad humor of love to a living humor of madness. And in this way will I take upon me to wash your liver as clean as a sound sheep's heart, that there might be not one spot of love in it.
I would not be cured, youth.
I would cure you if you would become a Rosalind and come every day to my coach and room.
Now, by the faith of my love, I will. Tell me where it is.
Go with me to it, and I'll show it to you.
And by the
gentlemen, we're going to pause now for a brief intermission. Stick around and join us for the conclusion of our play in about 15 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to find your way back to your seats. Welcome back, everyone. Let's return again to the Forest of Arden now, where Rosalind must pretend to be Ganymede, pretending to be Rosalind. However, Orlando and Rosalind are not the only couple who are caught up in a complicated courtship. Touchstone the Fool has now fallen for a shepherd girl named Audrey, but he has some serious doubts as to whether or not the two of them should marry. Meanwhile, Phoebe the shepherdess is being pursued by her lover Silvius, but she is much more interested in getting to know a fascinating newcomer to the forest, a handsome young man named Ganymede. On top of that, Orlando's wicked older brother Oliver has now pursued him into the woods. But could love help to change even his bitter heart? Come with us as complications abound and watch as truth and love win the day in the exciting conclusion of As You Like It.
Come apace, good Audrey. I will fetch up your ghost, Audrey. And how, Audrey? Am I the man yet? Does my simple feature content you?
Your features? Lord White's what features?
Truly, I would the gods had made thee poetical.
I do not know what poetical is. Is it honest indeed, Amber?
No, truly. For the truest poetry is the most feigning.
That the gods had made me poetic.
I do, truly. For thou swearest me that thou art honest. Now, if thou wert a poet, I might have some hope that thou didst feign it.
Would you not have me honest?
No, truly, unless thou wert hard favored. For honesty coupled to beauty is to have honey, a sauce to sugar. A material fool.
Well, I'm not fair, and therefore I pray the gods make me honest.
But, be it as it may be, I will marry thee. And to that end I have been with Sir Oliver Martex, the vicar of the next village, who hath promised to meet me here in this part of the forest and to couple us.
I would fain see this meeting. Well, the gods give us joy.
Amen. A man may, if he were of a fearful heart, stagger in this attempt. For here we have no temple but the wood, no assembly but the hornbeast. But what though? Courage! Here comes Sir Oliver.
Is there none here to give the woman?
I will not take her on gift of any man.
Truly, she must be given or the marriage is not lawful.
Proceed, proceed. I'll give her. Good evening, good monsieur. What do you call it? How do you do, sir? You are very well met.
Will you be married, Motley?
As pigeons will, so wedlock would be nibbling.
And will you, being a man of your reading, be married under a bush, like a beggar? Get you to church and have the priest who can tell you what marriage is. This fellow will but join you as they join wainscot.
I am not in the mind, but I would be better married of him than of another. For he is not like to marry me well, and, not being well married, it will give me some excuse hereafter to leave my wife.
Go with me, I will counsel thee.
Come apace, good Audrey. Farewell, good Master Oliver. Not you, sweet Oliver. Oh, brave Oliver. Leave me not behind thee, but wend away. Begone, I say. I will not dwelling thee.
There's no matter, ne'er a fantastical knave can flout me out of my calling.
Never talk to me. I will weep.
An excellent color. Your chestnut was ever the only color. And discussing as is full of sanctity, it's the touch of holy bread.
But why did he swear he would come this morning and comes not?
Nay, certainly, there's no truth in him.
Not true in love.
Yes, when he's in, but I think he's not in.
You have heard him swear downright he was.
Was is not is. Besides, the word of a lover is no stronger than the word of a tapster. He attends here in the forest on the Duke, your father.
I met the Duke yesterday. He asked me of what parentage I was. I told him of as good as he. So he laughed and let me go.
What talk we of fathers if there is such a man as Orlando? So who comes here?
Mistress and master, if you will see a pageant truly played between the pale complexion of true love and the red glow of scorn and proud disdain, go hence a little and I shall conduct you.
Oh, come, let us remove the sight of lovers speak of those in love.
Sweet Phoebe, do not scorn me. Do not, Phoebe. Say that you love me not, but say not so in bitterness.
I would not be thy executioner. I fly thee, for I would not injure thee. Thou sayest there is murder in mine eye. 'Tis pretty, sure, and very probable, for if mine eyes can wound, then let them kill thee. Now counterfeit a swoon. Why not fall down? Or if thou canst not, oh, for shame, thy not. Say mine eyes are murderous.
Oh, Phoebe, if ever, as ever may be near, you meet in some fresh cheek the power of fancy, then shalt thou know the wounds invisible that love's keen arrows make.
Yet till that time, come not thou near me. And when that time comes, afflict me with thy mocks. Pity me not, for till that time I shall not pity thee.
And why, I prithee? Who might be your mother, that you insult exultant all at once over the wretched? What, though you have no beauty? Must you be enough more proud and pitiless? Why, what means this? Why do you look on me?
All my little life, I think she means to tangle my eyes too.
No faith, proud mistress, look not after it. Is not your inky brows, your black silk hair, your bugle eyeballs, nor your cheek of cream that could contain my spirits to your worship. You, foolish shepherd, wherefore do you follow her like foggy stealth, puffing with wind and rain? You are 1,000 times a properer man than she a woman. But, mistress, know yourself. Down on your knees, and thank heaven fasting for a good man's love. For I must tell you friendly in your ear, sell when you can. You are not for all markets. Therefore, take her to thee, shepherd. Fare you well.
Sweet youth, I pray you chide a year together. I'd rather hear you chide than this man woo.
She's all in love with your foulness, and she'll fall in love with my anger. I pray you do not fall in love with me, for I am falser than mouths made in wine. Besides, I like you not. Come, sister, look on him better, shepherdess, and be not proud.
Good shepherd, now I find my soul of might. Whoever lost it, lost not at first sight.
Oh, sweet Phoebe, pity me.
Why, I am sorry for thee, gentle Silvius.
Wherever sorrow is, relief would be. If you do sorrow at my grief and love, by giving love, your sorrow and my grief were both extermined.
Since thou canst talk of love so well, thy company, which erst was irksome to me, I will endure, and I'll employ thee too. But do not look for further recompense than thine own gladness that thou art in store.
Loose now and then a scattered smile, and that I'll live upon.
Knowest thou the youth who spoke to me erewhile?
Not very well, but I have met him oft.
Think not I love him, though I ask for him. 'Tis but a peevish boy. Yet he talks well, but what care I for words? Yet words do well when he speaks and pleases those that hear. He'll make a proper man. The best thing about him is his complexion, and faster than his tongue did make offense, his eye did fill it up. But for my part, I love him not, nor hate him not. Yet I have more cause to hate him than love him. For what had he to do to chide at me? He said mine eyes were black and mine hair black, and now I remember scorned at me. I wonder why I answered not again. But that's all one. Omittance is no pretense. I'll write him a very token letter. Now, there, wilt thou, Silvius?
Sweet Phoebe, with all my heart.
I'll write it straight. I'll be bitter with him and pass so short. Go with me, Sylvia.
Good day and happiness, dear Rosalind.
Why, how now, Orlando? Where have you been all this while? You, a lover. And you serve me such another trick? Never come in my sight more.
Why, fair Rosalind, I come within an hour of my promise.
Break an hour's promise and love. He that will divide a minute into 1,000 parts and break but a part with 1,000 parts of a minute. In the affairs of love, it may well be said to him that Cupid hath clapped him on the shoulder. But I warned him heart full.
Pardon me, dear Rosalind.
Nay, an you be so tardy again, come no more in my sight. I as lief we would have snail.
Of a snail?
Aye, of a snail. For though he comes slowly, he brings house on his head. But a jointure, I think, and you make a woman. Besides, he brings his destiny with him.
What's that?
Why, of horns. But such as you are fain to be beholden to your wives for. But he comes armed in his fortune, and prevents the slander of his wife.
Virtue is no horn maker, and my Rosalind is virtuous.
And I am your Rosalind.
It pleases him to call you so, yet he hath Rosalind the better than you.
Come, woo me, woo me. But I am in a holiday humor, and like enough to consent. What would you say to me now, and I were your very, very Rosalind?
I would kiss before I spoke.
Now, you were better speak first.
How then if it should be denied?
Then she puts you to entreaty, and there begins a new matter. Am I not your Rosalind?
I take some joy to say you are, for I would be talking with her.
Well, in her person, I say, I will not have you.
Then in my own person I die.
No! Faith, die by eternity. The whole world is almost 6,000 years old, and there is no man in all that time that died in his own person.
Of a love cause.
Men have died from time to time, and worms have eaten them, but not for love.
I would not have my right Rosalind this mind, for I protest her frown might kill me.
By this hand, it will not kill a fly. But come, I will be your Rosalind in a more coming on position. And ask me what you will, I will grant it.
Then love me, Rosalind.
Yes, faith will I, Fridays and Saturdays and all.
And wilt thou have me?
I am twice such.
What sayest thou?
Are you not good?
I hope so.
Why then, can one desire too much of a good thing? Come, sister, but you shall be the priest and marry us. Give me your hand, Orlando. What do you say, sister?
Pray thee, Mariette.
I can't say the words. You must begin. Will you, Orlando? I'll go to. Will you, Orlando, have to wife Miss Rosalind?
I will.
Aye, but when?
Why, now, as fast as she can marry us.
Then you must say, I take thee, Rosalind, for wife.
I take thee, Rosalind, for wife.
And I take thee, Orlando, for my husband.
Now tell me how long you would have her after you've possessed her.
Why, forever in the day.
No, Orlando.
Men are able when they move, stumble when they wed. Maids are May when they are maids, but the sky changes when they are wives.
But wilt my Rosalind do so?
By my life she will do as I do.
Oh, but she is wise. For these 2 hours, Rosalind, I will leave thee.
Alas, dear love, I cannot last thee 2 hours.
I must attend the Duke at dinner. By 2 o'clock I will be with thee again.
Aye, go your ways, go your ways. I knew what you would prove. My friends told me as much, and I thought no less. Has been one cast away, and so come death. 2 o'clock is your hour?
Aye, sweet Rosalind.
By my life, and so God mend me, and by all pretty oaths that are not dangerous. If you come 1 minute behind your hour, come 1 jot behind your promise, I will think you the most pathetical break promise, the most hollow lover, the most unworthy of her you call Rosalind. Therefore, beware my censure, and keep your promise.
With no less religion than if thou wert indeed my Rosalind. So, adieu.
Adieu.
You have simply misused our sex in your love prate.
Oh, calls, my pretty little calls. That thou didst know how many fathoms deep I am in love. But it cannot be sounded. My affection hath an unknown bottom like the Bay of Portugal.
Oh, rather bottomless. As fast as you pour affection in, it runs out.
I'll tell thee, Eliana, I cannot be out of the sight of Orlando. I will find a shadow and sigh till he come. And I'll sleep.
killed the deer? So it was I.
Let's present him to the Duke like a Roman conqueror, and it would do well to set the horns upon his head for a friendship victory.
Friendship victory. Have you no song for us to this purpose?
Yes, sir.
Well, sing it. 'Tis no matter if it's be in tune, if it make noise enough.
What shall we have that kills the deer? His leather skins and horns to wear. And sing him home, let's sing him home. Take down the sword to wear the horn. It was a crest ere thou was born. Thy father's father wore it, and thy father bore it. The horn, the lusty horn, 'tis not a thing to laugh, to scorn.
Is it not past 2 o'clock? And here much Orlando.
I want you, with pure love and troubled brain, he had ta'en his bow and arrows and has gone forth to sleep. Look who comes here.
My errand is to you, fair youth. My gentle Phoebe bade me give you this. I know not its contents, but as I guess by the stern brow and waspish action she used as she was writing it, it bears an angry tenor.
Patience herself was startled at this letter. She says that I'm not fair, that I lack manners. She says that she could not love me, were man as rare as phoenix. Odds my will. Why writes she so to me? Well, shepherd, well. This is just a letter of your own device.
No, I protest. Phoebe did write it.
Why, 'tis a boisterous and a cruel style. A style for challengers. Will you hear the letter?
Oh, so please you, for I've not heard it yet have heard too much of Phoebe's cruelty.
She Phoebe's me. Mark how the timer's right. Art thou God to shepherd turned, that a maiden's heart hath burned? Can a woman rail thus?
You call this railing?
Why, thy Godhead laid apart, warst thou with a woman's heart? Did you ever hear such railing? Whiles you chid me, I did love. How then might your prayers move? He that brings this love to the little knows this love in me, and by him seal up thy mind, whether that thy youth and kind will the faithful offer take of me and all that I can make. Or else by him my love deny, and then I'll study how to die.
Call you this chiding?
Alas, poor shepherd.
Do you pity him? No, he deserves no pity.
Wilt thou love such a woman? What, to make me an instrument and play false strings upon thee?
Not to be endured.
Well, go away to her and tell her this, that if she love me, I charge her to love you. You be a true lover hence, and not the word. For here comes more company.
Good morrow, fair ones. Pray you, if you know where in the purlieus of this forest stands a sheepcote, fenced about with olive trees?
West of this place, down in the neighbor bottom, the house doth keep itself, there is none within.
Are you not the owner of the house I did inquire for?
It is no boast being asked to say we are.
Orlando doth commend himself to you both, and to that youth he calls his Rosalind, he sends this bloody napkin. Are you he?
I am. What must we understand by this?
Some of my shame, if you will know of me what man I am, and how this handkerchief was stained.
I pray you tell it.
When last the young Orlando parted from you, he left a promise to return again within an hour. And pacing through the forest, lo, what befell? Under an oak, whose boughs were mossed with age, a wretched, ragged man lay sleeping on his back, head on ground. About his neck, a green and gilded snake had wreathed itself. But suddenly, seeing Orlando, it unlinked itself and did slip away into a bush, under which bush's shade a lioness lay crouching, head on ground, with cat-like watch, when that the sleeping man should stir. For 'tis the royal disposition of such a beast to prey on nothing that doth seem as dead. This seen, Orlando did approach the man, and found it was his brother, his elder brother.
I did hear him speak of that same brother. He did render him the most natural that lived amongst men.
And well he might so do, for well I know he was a natural.
But to Orlando, did he leave him there, food for the hungry lioness?
Twice did he turn his back and purpose so, but kindness, nobler ever than revenge, made him give battle to the lioness, who quickly fell before him, in which hurtling from miserable slumber, I awaked.
Are you his brother?
Was you he rescued?
Was you the one so oft contrived to kill him?
'Twas I, but 'tis not I. I do not shame to tell you what I was, since my conversion so sweetly tastes, being the thing I am.
What for the bloody napkin?
By and by, when from first to last betwixt us two, tears our countenance had most kindly bathed. As how I came into that desert place, in brief, he led me to the gentle Duke, who gave me fresh array and entertainment, committing me unto my brother's love, who led me instantly unto his cave, there stripped himself, and here upon his arm the lioness had torn some flesh away, which all this while had bled, and now he fainted, and cried in fainting upon Rosalind.
Sweet Ganymede!
And who will swoon when they do look on blood?
There's more in it. Cousin Ganymede!
Look, he recovers.
I would have went home. I will lead you thither. I pray you, will you take it by the arm?
Be of good cheer, you. You, a man. You lack a man's heart.
I do so, I confess it. Oh, sir, a body who thinks this was well counterfeited. I pray tell your brother how well I counterfeited.
This was not counterfeit. There is too great testimony in your expression that it was a passion of earnest.
Counterfeit, I assure you.
Well then, take a good heart and counterfeit to be a man.
I do so, I confess it. But, faith, I should have been a woman by right.
Come, you look paler and paler. Pray you draw homewards. Good sir, go with us.
That will I, for I must bear answer back how you excuse my brother, Rosalind.
I shall devise something, but I pray you commend my counterfeiting to him. Will you go?
We shall find a time, Audrey. Patience, gentle Audrey.
Faith, the priest was good enough for all the old gentlemen said.
And most wicked Sir Oliver Audrey, and most vile Murtex. But, Audrey, there is a youth here in the forest who lays claim to you.
I know who it is. He has no interest in me.
What?
Here comes the man you meet.
It is meat and drink for me to see a clown.
Good evening, Audrey.
God, he good even, villain.
And good even to you, sir.
Good evening, gentle friend. Cover thy head, nay, prithee, be covered. How old are you, friend?
5 and 20. 5 and 20, sir.
A ripe age. Is thy name William?
William.
A fair name. Was born in the forest here?
Aye, sir. I thank God.
Thank God. A good answer. Art thou wise?
Aye, sir, I have a pretty wit.
Why thou sayest well. I do now remember a saying. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. Do you love this maid?
I do, sir.
Give me thy hand. Art thou learned?
No, sir.
Then learn this. Of me. To have is to have. Which is figure of rhetoric. That drink being poured out of a cup into a glass by filling one doth empty the other. For all your writers do consent that Ipsy is he. Now you are not Ipsy, for I am he.
Which he, sir?
He that must marry this woman. Therefore you, clown, abandon the society of this female. Or, clown, thou perishest. Or to thy better understanding, diest. Or to wit, I kill thee. Make thee away, translate thy life into death. I will kill thee 150 ways. Therefore travel and depart.
Do, good William.
God rest you, merry sir.
Our master and mistress seeks you. Come away.
Trip, Audrey, I attend.
so little acquaintance you should like her, and seeing love and loving, wooing she should grant.
Neither call the giddiness of it in question, the poverty of her I said in wooing, nor her said in consenting. But say with me, I love Aliena. Say with her that she loves me. Consent with both that we may enjoy each other. It shall be to your good, for my father's house and all the revenue that was old Sir Alan's will I stave on you, and here live and die a shepherd.
You have my consent. Let your wedding be tomorrow, and I will bid the Duke and all contented followers to the nuptial. But go you and prepare Aliena, for here comes my Rosalind.
God save thee, brother.
And you, fair sister.
Oh, my dear Orlando, how it grieves me to see thou wear thy heart in a scar.
It is my arm.
I had heard thy heart had been wounded by the claws of a lion.
Wounded it is, but with the eyes of a lady.
Did your brother tell you how I counterfeited the swoon when he showed me your handkerchief?
Aye, and greater wonders than that.
Oh, I know where you are. Nay, 'tis true. There never was anything so sudden. For your brother and my sister no sooner looked, but they loved. No sooner loved, but they sighed. No sooner sighed, but they asked one another the reason. No sooner knew the reason, but they sought the remedy. They are in the very wrath of love. Clubs cannot part them.
They shall be married tomorrow, and I will bid the Duke to the nuptial. But, oh, how bitter a thing it is to look unto love through another man's eyes. Where so much tomorrow shall I be at the height of my heart-heaviness, in seeing my brother and what he wishes for.
Why then, tomorrow I cannot serve thy turn for Rosalind?
I can live no longer by thinking.
I will weary you then, no longer with idle talking. Know of me then, strange things. I have, since I was 3-year-old, conversed with a magician, most profound in his art and yet not damnable. If you do love Rosalind, so near the heart as your gesture cries it out, then tomorrow when your brother marries Aliena, shall you marry her. I know into which straits of fortune she is driven, and it is not impossible to me, it appear not inconvenient to you, to set her before you tomorrow, human as she is, and without any danger.
Speakest thou in sober meanings?
By my life I do, to which I tend too dearly, though I say I'm a magician. Therefore, put you in your best array, bid your friends, for if you will be married tomorrow, you shall, and to Rosalind if you will. Look you who comes here, a lover of mine and a lover of hers.
You have done me much ungentleness to show that letter I writ to you.
I care not if I have, if my studies seem spiteful and ungentle to you. He was followed by a faithful shepherd. Look on him, love him. He worships you.
Good shepherd, tell this youth what 'tis to love.
It is to be all made of sighs and tears, and so am I for Phoebe.
And I for Ganymede.
And I for Rosalind.
And I for no woman.
To be made of all faith and service, and so am I for Phoebe.
And I for Ganymede.
And I for Rosalind.
And I for no woman.
To be all made of fancy, all made of passion, all made of wishes, all adoration, duty, and observance, all humbleness, all patience and impatience, all purity, all trial, all obedience, and so am I for Phoebe.
And so am I for Ganymede.
And so am I for Rosalind.
And so am I for no woman. Pray you, no more of this. It's like the howling of Irish wolves against the moon. I will help you if I can. I would love you if I could. Tomorrow, meet me all together. I will satisfy you if ever I satisfy men, and you shall be married tomorrow. I will marry you if ever I marry woman, and I shall be married tomorrow. I will content you, what pleases you contents you, and you shall be married tomorrow. Do you love Phoebe? Meet. Do you love Rosalind? Meet. And as I love no woman, I'll meet. So fare you well. I have left you commands.
I'll not fail if I live.
Nor I.
Nor I.
Dost thou believe, Orlando, that the boy can do all this that he has promised?
I sometimes do believe and sometimes do not, as those that fear they hope and know they fear.
Patience once more while the compact is done. You say that if I bring in your Rosalind, you'll bestow her on Orlando here? That would I, had I kingdoms to give with her. You say that you'll have her if I bring her?
That would I, were I of all kingdoms king.
You say that you'll marry me if I be willing.
Should I die the hour after?
But, refusing me, you will give yourself to this most faithful shepherd.
So, is the bargain?
You say that you'll have Phoebe if she will?
Though to have her and death were both one thing.
I have promised to make all this matter even. Keep your word, O Duke, to give your daughter. You yours, Orlando, to receive his daughter. Keep your word, Phoebe, that you'll marry me, or else refusing me, marry this shepherd. Keep your word, Silvius, that you'll marry Phoebe if she will. From hence I go, to make these doubts all even.
I do remember, in this shepherd boy, some lively touches of my daughter's favor.
My lord, when I first looked on him, methought he was a brother to your daughter.
Here come two, which in all tongues are called fools.
Salutation and greeting to you all.
Bid him well, my lord. This is the motley-minded gentleman I have so often met with in the forest. He was a fool. He was a courtier, he swears.
If any man doubt that, let him put me to my purgation. I have trod measure. I have flattered the lady. I have been politic with my friend, smooth with my enemy. I have undone 3 tailors and have had 4 quarrels, and like to have fought 1. Is this not a rare fellow, my lord? Oh.
He's as good as anything, and yet a fool.
He uses his folly like a stalking horse, and under the presentation of that, he shoots his wit.
Then there is mirth in heaven when earthly things may even are sewn together. Good Duke, receive thy daughter. Hymen from heaven brought her, yea, brought her hither, that thou mightst join her hand with his, whose heart within his bosom is.
To you I give myself, for I am yours. To you I give myself, for I am yours. If there be truth in sight, you are my daughter.
If there be truth in sight, you are my Rosalind.
Sight and shape be true. Why then, my love, adieu.
I'll have no father if you be not he. I'll have no husband if you be not he.
No narrow-wed woman if you be not she.
Peace ho, I bar confusion, since I must make conclusion of these most strange events. Here's aid I must take hands to join his bands, if truth holds true content. You and you, no cross shall part. You and you are heart and heart. You to his love must accord, or have a woman to your lord. You and you are sure together as winter to foul weather. While the wedlock hymn we sing, feed yourselves with questioning, that reason wonder may diminish, how thus we met, and these things finish.
Oh, my dear niece, welcome thou art to me. Even daughter, welcome in no less degree.
I will not eat my words. Not that thou art mine. I think my fancy to thee does combine.
Let me have audience for a word or two.
I am the second son of old Sir Roland, who bring these tidings to this fair assembly. Duke Frederick, hearing that how everyday men of great worth resort to this forest, addressed a mighty power, which were on foot in his own conduct, purposely to take his brother here and put him to the sword. And into the skirts of this wild wood came, where meeting with an old religious man, after some question, both converted from his enterprise and from the world, and his crown bequeathing to his banished brother, and their lands resorted to them again, which were with him exiled. If this be true, I do engage my life.
Welcome, young man. Thou offerest fairly to thy brother's wedding. Meantime, let us forget this new-fallen dignity and fall into our old rustic revelry. Play music, and you brides and bridegrooms all, with measures heaped in joy, to thy measures fall.
By your patience, sir, you did say the Duke hath thrown off the pompous court and been thrown into a religious life. He hath. Stay him alive out of these convertites for such matters is to be heard and learned. So, to your pleasure, sign for others and for dancing measures.
Stay, Jacques, stay!
To see no pastime I. What you would have, I'll stay to know at your abandoned cave.
Proceed, proceed. Let us begin these rites, as we do trust they'll end in true delight.
But it is no more unhandsome than to see the lord the prologue. If it be true that a good wine needs no bush, then it be true that a good play needs no epilogue. Yet to good wine they do use good bushes, and to good plays prove the better with the help of good epilogues. What a case am I in, then, that I'm neither a good epilogue, and can neither insinuate with you on the behalf of a good play? My way, I am not furnished like a beggar, therefore to beg will not become me. My way is to conjure you, and I'll begin with the woman. I charge you, O woman, for the love you bear to men, to like as much of this play as please you. And I charge you, O men, for the love you bear to woman, that between you and the woman the play may please.
Okay, really quick, just a couple of notes. First, we would not be able to put this on every year if it were not for the moms of Shakespeare. So if you are a mother of the Shakespeare cast and crew, would you please stand, and can everybody thank them for their hard work? But we do want to honor two particularly. If Miss Kayla Traver and Miss Naftali Cope could come up, our assistant director and our director. We just want to thank you guys so much for all the hard work that you put into our students and into the play every year. Because of your excellent leadership, we have a crew of students who consider Shakespeare pop culture and have all kinds of inside jokes. They have helped them to love the Bard, but also just to grow as people. And so we just want to say a special thank you to you both. Okay, and then, great. Okay, and then if you guys could all be patient with us for just a moment, we're actually going to get a picture of our cast and crew on set, and then they will be released to come and greet friends and family in the audience.